This is Christopher, and as I promised, I'm going to kind of walk you through setting up your own Class Dojo account. Here I am at classdojo.com, and I'm going to come over to the login screen. If you've already set up an account, you'll come over to Login and Teacher. If you haven't set up an account, you can click this large orange button. But I'm going to go ahead and log in as a teacher. And that will take you to a screen with any classes that you've created. If you don't have any, we're just going to click this plus here. You can change your class icon. Just click through to see all the different options that you have available. And then you can select your grade. And I'm going to choose General Education. And you're going to name your class. And then you're going to click the green Next button. Here's where you'll put in the names. You can just type in first and last name here, or you can, if you have a list in a Word document or something like that, you can copy and paste and just paste the names in there. Make sure that each name goes on a new line. Let me pause for a few seconds while I put in some names. Once you have all the names inputted, you can click the Next button. And now here's where you're going to set up your behaviors. If you'd like to add one, you just click Add Your Own, and then you can name the behavior. And then you can choose an icon that works, and then click Save. And you can see that it has been inputted up here. Once you've done all your positives, you can switch over to negatives. And if you plan on sharing this account with your whole grade level, you may want to consider kind of getting a basic set and then expanding from there as needed. And so you would add negatives just in the same manner. You can change again the icon. Once you have those set up the way you'd like, you can click Save and Close. If this is not the first class that you set up, you can import the behaviors from another class that you have in your account. Next is going to invite you to download a information form about having your students connect and your parents connect. If you'd like to print that out, you just simply click here, and it'll take a few seconds to download the PDF. But when that's done, it'll come up and you can just print it out, and there'll be one for each student. It'll have both the student code and the parent code with a brief directions. If you've decided not to send that out yet, you can just skip this step. Alright, now here's your class. We're just going to click Start, because there are a few other little display settings that we do need to change. Once you've started your class, we're going to go to Display Settings, and you can change the size of your little avatars to as big or as small as you want. I like to have them so that they're all on the screen on my computer at the same time, so I change it to that. Again, as I mentioned in the meeting, Barb from Mitchell from the state didn't really like deducting points, so in order to avoid that, you can click Separate Totals. So that way it'll display the positive points and the negative points. You'll probably also want to deselect Show Notifications and Sounds for Negatives. And then you can choose what order you want your students' name listed in. I prefer by last name. And then this will show all students, show students that have more positives than negatives, which hopefully is the majority of your class. And here we'll show those who have the majority negative points. I'll click Save Settings. And again, to give a student points, you just click the student name, and then you can click the positive, or you can switch over to the negative tab and click there. And as you can see, there were no notifications for that. A few other features. I reset my bubbles weekly, but you can feel free to do with that what you will. But to do that, you can just click Reset Bubbles. It'll ask you which students you'd like to reset, or you can select all, and then click Reset Bubbles. If you need to reward, for example, the whole class is doing an excellent job SSS, you can click Reward Multiple Students. Click Select All Students, and then you can give an award. We'll say that they were all working well together. We'll give everyone a teamwork point. The random, again, I love to use this in class to help select students. Just click Random. It'll go through and randomly select someone. Let's say Willow was ready and engaged, so I can give her a participating point. Here's the timer. You can have a countdown, or you can just have a count up, however you prefer to do that. And then when you're done, you're going to click In Class. Here's where you'll get your overall classroom percentage and how they've earned those points. You can change the range, the date range here, which can be helpful whenever you're looking for trends. If you want to see an individual student, you just click the name over here on the side, and here it'll show the pie chart, and then further down it'll show how they earned those points or had them taken away. If your parents are connected, you can leave comments for certain things so that they know, why the point was taken. You can change to the trend spotter, and here's where you can change the different criteria to look at. And so if I want to see how many people were talking out of turn by the weekday, I can see that one person. If I want to look at hourly, what hour that happened, or which weeks. But there's all kinds of different ways that you can play with these, the trend setter, or the trend spotter rather. Here's another handy way to get into edit your class if you need to. Your connections will show you how many parents are connected, and will show you how many students are connected. If you click the parent accounts, here's where you'll find the codes. If you need them again, you just click the print codes. It'll download a PDF, and you can print them off from there. Or you can also just send them an email if you know the parents' emails names. Type there the email, click invite, it'll shoot them an email. And then under students, this is where you can send out, or you can have student invitations to be printed out. And then when you get in there, it'll show you if the student forgets their password, you can retrieve that from this screen as well. Remember, you can download the iPad app or the Android app. If you click Connect Mobile, it'll give you the addresses that you need to go to get information about that. And you can download the free apps. and they function in much the same way as the website does. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer those for you anytime. Just shoot me an email. And I hope you enjoy using Class Dojo. Let me know how it goes, and if you have problems again, just let me know.